All right, so we're picking back up, and I'll give you a rundown of the events real quick. Is we have the first privacy violation that occurs on December 17. We have in April 19 it escalates, and there are several crimes there. And then it's in between May and June of 19 that my hospital, May and August, my hospital gets involved in all sorts of crime as well, and that's all explained in the complaint. And so now I will explain to you about the evidence and how to go about this, because I make all kinds of allegations of criminal behavior and unlawful behavior, and it's a lot to go through. But I'll go through these. The first thing you want to validate is the privacy violation. And so actually, I think I've got this file in my downloads here. And actually, I want to send you the link to this video real quick. Send you a link to a video real quick, the one I just made. Of course, you've already seen it by the time you're here. This is video 2. But let me go here to what I want to do is I want to delete my. Here's what I'll do. I'll put all my stuff in a folder so that I can review these exactly as you will. Yeah, I'll get the exact same documents that you get. Okay, so here, I can go here, let this recycle. Okay, I can click this link. So now in my downloads folder, I got this privacy violation document. Now this is the intrusion upon seclusion, where the senior manager puts my friend Jenny up to quote-unquote inquiring about my past. And so here, what we want to do here, the only thing we have to accomplish here is that this privacy violation did indeed occur. Okay, and me and Jenny, we argued about this forever. And I mean, I begged her in complete tears and humiliation, as well as other people at work, to tell me what happened. And so it's significant when we confirm that this violation happened. And the best way to do that is to look at this Courtney chat. This is a chat with my manager, Courtney, because I've got some excerpts here where Courtney just admits that she did it. Okay, she talks about here. See, Jenny still cares about you and likely meant no harm in inquiring about your past. And this is an export of my iPhone chat with Courtney. So there's one where she admits it. So now what you'll notice is this is an excerpt of the chat. And what you'll notice in the chat itself, if you go to the enhanced chat redacted, which I'll probably send you the unredacted version too. But if you go through the entire chat, not this is snippets, you will see that Courtney lies about it, and then she claims she doesn't know anything, that nothing ever happened, and she goes back and forth between admitting it and saying that nothing happened, and things like this. And I've got an analysis video of this chat that is in the links. I've got an analysis. But so there's the first piece of evidence that this privacy violation happens. The fact that my manager just flat out admits that it does. Now it's also worth noting here that my manager also, at multiple times, she denies that it happens, which begs the question, why is she denying it? Now another thing I'll introduce you to here is when you see these numbers prefixed before the file, that's the evidence ID. So this call right here is evidence ID 1. This picture is evidence ID 7. This is chat is evidence ID 8. And that can be you can refer to these evidence pieces shorthand, say evidence ID 8, evidence ID 7, etc. Now, the next way that you can validate that this privacy violation occurred is by listening to this recorded call with me and Jenny of Evidence ID 2, and you will see that Jenny's explanations for stuff makes no sense whatsoever, and it's very clear, obvious that she's hiding something, or that she's full of shit, rather. This was a call that I made. That was what we were talking about. I was going to play this call to my doctor. That's why we record it, because Jenny's been telling me for a year and a half now that I have a quote-unquote paranoid delusion. Okay, so that's the first thing, is just to verify that the privacy violation did in fact occur. Now this Evidence ID 7 is a tag along to Evidence ID 2. And Evidence ID 2 in this call, Jenny and I discuss this text message history with Jenny and my coworker, Toonie. Okay, we discussed that in this Evidence ID 2, and so when we start discussing that, you can bring it up on your screen and look at it. Now, Evidence ID 1 and Evidence ID, actually, what is this? And this does not even have an ID, this call on 744. These have little value other than you can hear Jenny making a bunch of Freudian slips, and you can see Jenny's demeanor when she's mad. Here on Evidence ID 2, she knows my doctor's going to hear this, or thinks my doctor's going to hear this, and so she's in like an overly formal tone, and I call that overly formal Jenny. And then we've got an Evidence ID 1, and then this audio down here, we've got another version of Jenny. I call him gaslighting, bullshitting Jenny. So this is formal. Somebody important is going to hear this Jenny here, and then here we have gaslighting, bullshitting Jenny. That version of poor little Jenny. Oh God, poor little Jenny. Poor woman. Okay, so that's the first thing you validate there. Okay, so now we know the privacy violation occurred. Now another thing that we want to validate is that Wells Fargo is behind it, and so I'll get into that in the next video.